And Star Wars Galactic asks in this question, do you have any particular thoughts on Emma Stone and Emily Blunt, possibly, like Scarlett Johansson, suing Disney? And do you think they should? Okay, so that's a loaded question, loaded two questions. I'm going to address the second question right now, before I even address the first question. And the second question being, do you think they should? I, again, have to give the disclaimer. I am not a legal expert. I am not qualified to give legal advice in the slightest. So, sorry to say Star Wars Galactic, but I think this is just, honestly, I don't think I should, for legal reasons, be giving legal advice, even though I only have some 587 some subscribers, and I'm not a big channel on YouTube, but I don't want to get into that kind of a trouble. And also, I don't think I'm qualified to say whether or not they should or shouldn't, because honestly, unless you're a lawyer in the middle of that situation, I don't think anybody is qualified to say who should or should not, sue Disney. I think you have to have the details, and I don't think anybody does. So anyone saying they should or they shouldn't, it's fair, it's valid. I'm just out here saying that my advice and my words and statements are recorded and going to be on YouTube probably forever or for however long. And I just don't want to be a part of, I don't want my words to be misconstrued or anything like that. So I'm not going to answer that part of the question. As far as do I have any particular thoughts on Emma Stone and Emily Blunt possibly suing Disney, I said in my last video, my last podcast, and that podcast, mind you, came out before a bunch of the other, not allegations, statements from Disney came out and reports that it was getting really tense, and Kevin Feige was upset, and Bob Iger was upset. So I kind of played it off in that video saying it's going to be fine. Well, it's clearly not going to be fine. There's going to be some ramifications to this whole ordeal. And so to put it succinctly, wow, that's a hard word to say. To put it succinctly, am I surprised? What are my thoughts on Emily Blunt and Emma Stone suing Disney? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I think that it took the first domino to fall, and seeing the repercussions of that is going to be what determines whether or not Emma Stone and Emily Blunt are going to sue Disney as well. It just depends on how the lawsuit settles, I think, for Scarlett Johansson. I would suspect that they will not sue until they figure out what is actually going to happen with Scarlett Johansson. Until then, I think that they're mostly going to just wait and see what happens. I wish I could give a more comprehensive answer, honestly. But again, to be quite honest with you, I just don't think I'm qualified. And I'm like you, am waiting to see what happens next. So those are my thoughts on that whole topic. I think it's gonna get weird. It's gonna get upsetting probably to a lot of people who are fans of Scarlett Johansson and these people and fans of Disney. I think I still hold on to the optimistic hope that it's going to settle itself out eventually and Disney will learn its lesson. But Bob Iger is going to have to step in again and save this company because it's just not in a good place right now. So that's all I'm going to say about that.